In this video, we are learning Stateful Widget Lifecycle. So let's start. The Stateful Widget Lifecycle in Flutter refers to the stage that a widget goes through from creating to disposal. Each lifecycle method allows you to perform creating action at specific points, which helps you to manage resources, set up dependencies, and respond to changes in the widgets. So here is the life cycle. So first we are called a create state, and then init state, did change dependency, and build method. In build method we are used set state. So the state method is called, then rebuild our widgets and did update the widget, and then deactivate and dispose. So how it's work? So in create state, this is the first method call when the stateful widget is created, and the init state. So the call once when the state object in inserted into the widget tree. It's the best places to initialize data, set up resources, or start animation, as this method is called only once. After init state, the build method is called. So the did change dependencies called immediately after init state, and whenever the dependencies of the state object changes. This method is ready to use but can be helpful when the widget depends on some external inherited widget and you need to update the state if the dependency changes. Then build method. So build is called whenever the widget need to be rendered or re-rendered. This is the method where you define the UI using setState to rebuild the widget when the state is changed. Did update widget. So call whenever the widget configuration changes. For example, new instance of a widget replace the old one. This is useful if you want to take specific action when the widget's properties changes. Set state. So not extremely a life cycle method but crucial to the life cycle of stateful widget. When called, it marks the widget as needing to be rebuilt, causing the build method to be called again. Okay, and the deactivate call when the state changes. State object is removed from the widget tree temporarily during the widget reordering. Typically, you don't need to override this method. Then dispose method call when the state object is removed from the widget tree permanently. Okay, this is where you clean up any resource, stop animation, and dispose of controllers to avoid a memory leak. To use dispose method. Okay, so here is the example. So the first, this is a create state, and then we are use stateful widget, and in stateful widget here is the init state, and then did change dependency, did update widget. Here we can override and implement our code. Okay, and here is the build method, and in build method we are implement our UI, and in this on press we are using set state. Then call set state, rebuild our UI, again call build method and rebuild the UI using set state, and then deactivate and dispose to clean code. Okay, so here is the example of life cycle. Thank you.